I believe I was born into politics. I mean, if you're a Palestinian, just your existence is a political statement. My name is Jess Ghannam, and I'm a professor at UCSF. And then when the lights go down, I put on my other hat, which is a community activist, and I serve on a number of different boards. My work on the Arab Film Festival is probably among the most important things that I do, because portrayals of Arabs in film done by Arab filmmakers is the most powerful way to create various kinds of truths about the Arab world and about Arab people. I could give a lecture every day for the rest of my life, and it's not going to be as powerful as a beautiful, well-done, articulate film about something in the Arab world or an Arab theme. Arab Talk Radio is the Arab Film Festival version in radio. We broadcast live from all over the Arab world, and I'm happy to say it's the only radio show of its kind anywhere in the United States. So I'm actually very proud of that.
When we send the financial aid to Egypt, it just basically goes through that major big machine, and it gets dispersed as such, and very little of it filters down to the average Egyptian.
We talk about Arab issues. We have people speaking about Arab issues. We actually, I know this is sounding weird, we actually have Arabs talking about Arab issues. Unlike the mass media, when there's a crisis in Syria, they invite a non-Arab, academic from NYU. No, we're actually going to let Arabs speak for themselves. Something interesting happened this week. The Islamic Party, the dominant Islamic Party, announced that it was going to step down and they were going to have new elections. If you look at the depictions of Arab Americans in the media, in film, how they're represented, it's pretty disturbing in some ways. It's a very kind of monolithic view. It's always the angry Arab. It's always the Arab with very poor hygiene. It's always the Arab that can't really speak or articulate very well. So you have this angry Arab image that's out there, and that has captured the imagination, I think, of the entire world, especially here in the United States. So when you run into something that goes outside of that stereotype, people have a hard time. People would not know, for example, that the birth of like a significant labor movement in California started with an Arab American, Naji Dayfallah, who is a Yemeni immigrant who worked with Cesar Chavez and was actually instrumental in starting, organizing people in the fields in the 1960s. People don't know that. People don't know about all the amazing things Arab Americans have done in literature, in the arts, as you said, in the academy, or just being regular, citizens of this country. I mean, I know this is hard, this may be hard for people to believe it, but Arabs are here in the United States because they want to be. It's like the idea that we belong here doesn't really compute to a lot of people. But we do belong here. We want to be here. We're part of society. And we're here, as I said, because we really want to be here.